There's a phase many of us go through in learning casino where we might know a good amount of turns, can do them in class or when we're practicing, but when it comes to using them socially, may struggle a bit. If that describes you, keep watching. If it's someone that you know, please send this to them because the drills coming up are really going to help. What's my line? Got it. Are really going to help bridge that gap. Now keep it rolling, it's a metaphor, they need to get it.
But seriously, if you work your way through this long ass video with a little practice, you will come out of it with a solid lead follow command of 8 of casino's most common movements. These videos are the most recent addition to the course Casino Fundamentals, which doesn't just break these turns down in detail, but also puts them into turn combinations that you can use social dancing. The course for the first time is available right here on YouTube on a monthly access basis and available for one-time purchase, as always with a discount for YouTube subscribers. And if you're watching this during the holiday season, you can get it for just 49 bucks. All pertinent links and info are in the description. I'll be popping in and out with some fun workshop and event info, but here are the first couple drills. When we are in this right hand side position, we've got our basic step, abajo, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and it can feel sometimes similar to Dile Que No. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Abajo. From this angle, we've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And for Dile Que No, we've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So I would like to show a little drill we can do to help the leads be able to lead the movement that they would like to do and the follows to be able to follow it. So let's take a look at the difference between the two, which is really going to come on 4. So we'll stop on 4 of abajo. 1, 2, 3, swoosh. So you can see right now I've got the follow pivoted to face back where she started. My feet are all crossed up. All right, and if we contrast that to the 4, stopping at 4 of Dile Que No. 1, 2, 3, and the feet collect on 4. You can see the lead's hips are open forward, and I've got the follow pivoted only as much so that she can have a clear path to walk across, where she's going to end up on 5, 6, 7. So from the other angle, if we stop on 4 of abajo, we've got 1, 2, 3, and so the leads are facing backwards with the feet crossed. If we stop on 4 of Dile Que No, 1, 2, 3. The hips of the lead are open. I've got the follow pivoted to be able to walk across. Now that we understand some of the differences between the moves, we can talk about how to practice it. So step 1 is going to be you're with your partner, and you say to your partner, I would like to practice abajo. And so we both know the move that we're going to be working on, and would say, okay, abajo, coming at you, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And so hopefully at the end of that, we'd be able to say, great abajo. That was fantastic. Then we'd say, I'd like to practice Dile Que No. Okay, we are going to perform the Dile Que No. Ready? 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So hopefully at this point, if you're practicing like that, everything goes smoothly. You can go back to the videos for abajo, Dile Que No, and kind of freshen up. The next level of practice from there would be something along the lines of, all right, we're going to do 2 basics. In place, we're going to do abajo twice, and then Dile Que No. Right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Here's the second one. Okay, I'm going to do Dile Que No now. Prepare yourself. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. And so from there, you just want to check in with your partner, and your partner might say, yeah, I definitely knew that you wanted me to do something different. Or your partner might say, well, I wouldn't have known what to do unless I knew that it was coming. And at that point, we'd have to kind of go back and look at the difference between the 2 turns. The sort of next level of practice would be, instead of the lead saying, we're going to do 2 basics of abajo, and then we're going to lead Dile Que No, it would be up to the lead. So the lead would just be going from the basic, and hopefully it would work out. So you start off with your partner. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Not saying the name of any moves that may or may not happen. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So no abajo, no names of any turns. It would just be up to the lead to communicate to the follow the difference in the movement that they're intending to lead. So another couple moves that can be confused kind of easy on the right-hand side are the basic step, abajo, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and exhibela, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. So we're gonna do a little practice on how to lead and follow those different movements so they don't get messed up and the follow's not saying, I didn't know what you wanted me to do, which is the worst. So let's take a look at abajo. We've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And then exhibela, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So the difference in those two turns is going to happen right around the 3-ish, 4-ish area. So when we're doing abajo, we're bringing the follow forward, 1, 2, 3, and then we're giving her a pivot towards her left shoulder to come back, 5, 6, and 7. If I want to lead the turn, exhibe there, I'm going to actually be having the follow open up towards her opposite shoulder, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. When I'm leading abajo, it's kind of going up in her face, kind of saying like there's nowhere else to walk. When I'm leading the turn, I want to bring the arm up in an arch for her to walk through. 1, 2, 3. So very inviting to walk through that arch. So as opposed to being up in her grill like that, I'm creating a nice archway for her to walk under. So that's one difference. The other thing that we can kind of take a look at is when we are leading abajo, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I've got to help her pivot to face forward again. And when I want to lead the turn, I can actually move the right hand a little bit towards her shoulder, or I can drop it entirely, which is going to signal that we're going to be leading the turn. So as long as I've pivoted her to face forward, I really don't need this right arm anymore. So I can bring it to the outside of the shoulder, or I can just kind of drop it entirely, bring it into my own frame, and that's another good signal. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. So the two big things are creating the arch with the lead's left arm, and then giving the right signal with the right hand to either move it to her shoulder or just drop it. The other thing that you can do is get a little bit of space from her to give her room for the turn. So if I wanted to practice it, the first level of practice is let's practice the abajo move. And we both agree we're going to do abajo. And we go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. If we do a couple, it feels good. Great abajo. Thank you. You too. And then we would say, all right, let's make sure we got exhibe. We'd try a couple exhibelas. We go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Did you feel exhibited? Good. I'm presuming that she would say yes. So if those both independently are going well, then the next thing that you could do is say, all right, 2 basics, then the turn. So everybody knows what's happening, but we're doing both movements sort of together so that we can see if things are gonna feel as different as they should, that we could maybe lead them socially. So 2 basics, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Exhibe is coming at you. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So then at that point, you do that a few times, and the follower might say, yep, that felt pretty good. Or the follower might say, I wouldn't have known what to do if I didn't know what was coming, which is a signal that you need to kind of keep working in that space, go over the difference between the turns, and then the leads can kind of dial up the leadness. A lot of times leads are worried that, oh, I don't want to be, too strong or like hurt them or anything like that. The trick there is that if the connection stays constant and you're leading firmly the entire time, it's going to be less jarring to them as opposed to leading very softly with non-existent connection and then all of a sudden turning up the lead a little bit. So when you're going from the basic, you want to have a nice solid connection here. Pretend there's a little exercise ball. You're giving each other a hug through the exercise ball to kind of keep this nice wrapping frame connection the entire time. And if you're very intentional about leading 1, 2, 3, staying connected the entire time and guiding her the entire time, as long as that connection, level of connection and firmness stays constant, you're not going to hurt your follow. So if it feels a little ambiguous, at that point, you just turn up the leadness and the connection a little bit. After that, if everything is looking pretty good, we would go to a space where the lead is just going to go from abajo and lead Exhibela whenever the universe commands. So we'd be going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, no names of nothing. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Who could know when it's going to happen? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And so then you would just do that a few times and see if the lead can lead the turn when he wants and the follow knows it's happening and executes it. Very excited to be going to Boulder, Colorado in the beginning of the year. I've heard it's beautiful and has a vibrant casino scene. I know that some of my friends from Durham are planning to go. If you're looking for a trip to kick off the new year, all of the links, information are in the description. So we got Siete and Vacila, and in many ways they're similar. So we're gonna see if we can differentiate them and get to a point where the leads can lead one or the other without the follow knowing which one ahead of time. So if we go from guapea, we got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, siete, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and vacila con mano. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So they're both rotations over the follow's right shoulder, but we notice that siete has the follow staying put on the lead's left side, where Vacila brings her all the way in front and then over to the right side. So the biggest challenge in leading and following is the space that's being covered or not covered. For Siete, we still have to bring the follow to travel towards us, but she's not traveling necessarily in front of us, and the lead is going to kind of get in her way to make it clear that there's a stop right here. We can even get her hand on the shoulder, turn it back out, 5, 6, 7. When we are leading vacilala, we're leading her in front of us, and we need to make sure that we ask for enough tension that she gets the idea that she has to walk all the way around us as we move behind her. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I want her to go forward while I go behind her and then bring her over. So we can practice these by saying, let us practice the siete. 1, 2, 3. I will lead siete now. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We do that a few times and we move on to practicing vacila con mano. 1, 2, 3. I will lead vacila con mano now. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So if we do that a few times and siete feels good, vacila feels good, then that means that the leads can lead and the follows can follow. Vacila and siete, when both people know exactly what is happening and when it's happening, so we can kind of help each other out. So we're going to try to gradually remove some of that help that we can get. We'll move on to doing 2 basics of guapea, where the leads are going to lead either vacila con mano or siete, also with the hand. But the follow, although she will know when a turn is coming, she won't know what turn it is, but it's going to be one of those 2. So we go from guapea, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And we do that a few times, leading siete, leading Vacila. If that all feels okay, we'll move on to the third part of the drill, which would be the leads, just going from guapea, not saying when they're gonna lead a turn, certainly not what turn they're gonna lead. They just have to choose a time to lead a turn and what turn that will be. So we're just going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Nice weather we're having. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So that way, it's on the leads to clearly signal that they want to lead a turn at all, and also what the turn is. So the goal of drill is not to fake out your partner like we're kind of doing right now. The goal is to be able to clearly communicate when a turn is being led, what turn that would be out of two that are kind of similar, so you can feel the differences in the lead file connection of each one. So kind of on the contrary, without saying I'm leading a turn now, you want to make sure, especially when doing this last part of the drill, that the presentation that you're leading a turn is quite clear. So we're just hanging out in guapea. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. She's really not going anywhere. There's not a lot of rotation. I still want to have a good connection with her and feel like I'm guiding her. But when it comes time to lead any turn, I want to make sure I'm really asking for that tension. And I feel like she definitely knows that her first step, whatever turn we're leading, is going to be forward. That's the whole idea. And not just kind of in place where we're doing guapea. I want her to feel that impulse to move. And so then I would lead whatever turn it was that I was going to lead. And so the whole idea with this drill is that you develop some clarity in your lead follow connection. So we've got Siete and Vacila, which we can lead both of those turns with or without the hand. So we're gonna do kind of a fun one where we pick Siete without the hand or vacilala without the hand. So in both cases, we're gonna be throwing the hand waist level. So when you're leading Siete, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, you're going to be bringing her towards you, but getting in her way and leaving her on your left side. Catch your shoulders, turn her back out, 5, 6. When you're leading Vacila without the hand, you wanna give her enough momentum forward that she's gonna travel while you move behind her. So 1, 2, 3, 5, you ask for the tension. 1, 2, 3, you move behind her and go get her. So that is the difference between the two turns, which is the first part of the drill. We gotta establish that we know both turns. We go from guapea, 3, 5, 6, 7. I will lead Siete without the hands now. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Do that a few times. 5, 6, 7, then move on to Vacila without the hands, which I will lead now. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So part one is establishing that you know both turns that we're gonna pit against each other in battle. And so if there's some questions there, go back to the videos that cover them, straighten all that out. But presuming that that's all good, we'll do 2 guapeas and then 1 turn of the other. 5, 6, 7, 2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So we'd do that a few times. We'd lead either Siete without the hands or vacilala without the hands. If that's all good, move on to part 3. We're gonna go from guapea. No predetermined amount of guapea. It's up to the lead when they're gonna lead a turn and what turn they're gonna lead. 5, 6, 7, without verbally telling the follow. We have to tell the follow with our connection. 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So we know that if we just go from guapea and the leads don't have a predetermined amount of steps that they're doing, and they can pick between Vacila or Siete without the hand, and everything goes right and looks like it's supposed to, then you know that you can clearly lead those turns, and at least those 2 turns when you're social dancing will not be confused with one another. Somebody tricked the good people at 33 to allow me to be part of their, however you say this word, event the last weekend of January. It should be a great time. I'll be there with Clara. I know the DC Castaneros will be there. And just do me a favor, if you choose to attend the event, please don't confuse me with Ethan Wagner. All the dates and details are in the description. We got siete with the hand, siete without the hand. So those are the 2 that we are going to do it like a this or that kind of a thing with. So siete with the hand, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, siete without the hand, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, back to guapea, 5, 6, and 7. For the files, the turn is exactly the same. It's really just gonna come down to what you would do with your hands. So for siete, with the hand, all we wanna make sure is the follow keeps her left arm up so that it doesn't get trapped. When she gets all wrapped up, it'll go over the top of this one. So we go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, wrap, and then turn back out. For siete, when the hand gets thrown, now the files just have 2 arms that are up, and so the lead is just gonna catch their shoulders, and then we're gonna turn them on back out. So for the follows, it's a good practice. These drills are good practice for being able to follow stuff, but also to improvise styling when you don't super know what's coming your way. So the first part of the drill would be to make sure that you can lead and follow siete with the hand and siete without the hand. So first part of the drill would be, hi, we're gonna practice siete with the hand. 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna do it right now. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Do that a couple times, and then we'd move on to the next part. I'm gonna do siete without the hand. I will do it now. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So if both of those look good, the follows have the arms where they should be and not where they shouldn't be, then we can move on to the next one. Do a couple basics. 2 basics, and then we're gonna lead siete with the hand, siete without the hand, but the lead is the only one who knows what turn is coming, the follow doesn't. But she does know when it's coming. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So you can do that a couple times. 2 basics, and then a turn. Siete with the hand, siete without the hand. And hopefully the follow, when that's done, is gonna say, yes, I could clearly tell which one you wanted me to do when you wanted me to do it. And we can move on to step 3, which is the lead is just gonna do some number of basics. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. In this case, that number was 1. So it's trying to be surprising. You could do 6, 7. You could just be there indefinitely. But the idea is the follow doesn't know when the turn is coming or what turn it is. And so that's how you would know that you really own the turn. So one of the biggest points of I didn't know what you wanted me to do in casino is vacila with or without the hand. So we're gonna do a little drill that will hopefully get the leads leading it, follows following it, whenever the correct turn is supposed to be led. So we're going from guape. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Vacila con mano. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Vacila sin mano. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So the biggest difference with this turn for the lead follow is just pointing at my hand. If you bring the hand up, usually they think that you're gonna be holding onto it, which is how it should be. But when we're throwing the hand, we just leave it down here, like we're throwing a Frisbee. Whoosh. And that's all you need to do. When newer leads, I guess, or maybe not so newer leads, lead this turn, Sometimes they'll do a hybrid version where they throw the hand and bring it up, and then she has to save it like that, which is pretty slick. But when you throw it, it just needs to be yay high, no more. And so that way, when you leave it this high and you let go, then she can actually do the styling for Vacila without the hands, whether it's bringing them to the hip, bringing them up, but it won't be any of this, oh, haha, I'm so nonchalant styling. So that's the biggest difference for what the leads can do or not do is the height of the hand. The turn still has to get the follow to go from our left side in front of us and towards our right shoulder. So whether we lead with or without the hand by 5, 6, 7, we need to ask for tension. That's going to get her moving this way while we move behind her that way. So that's with or without the hand. If I want to lead it with the hand, I bring her forward. 2, 3 is up. I wait for her to look at me and bring the hand down for 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. If I want to lead it without the hand, 5, 6, 7. I ask for that same tension. I bring her forward and then just waist height, let go of the arm, let her do her thing, and pick her up on 5, 6, 7. So what we would do is we would say, okay, let's practice Vacila with the hand. 1, 2, 3, Vacila with the hand. I will do it right now. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Do that a couple times, and then we'd say, we will practice Vacila without the hand. I will do it now. And then 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And so if that goes well, then we can go to a place where we are going to do 2 basics and then lead one with the hand or without the hand. We're just going to lead a turn, but she won't know. But she will know what turn is coming. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I will lead a turn now. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You do that a few times. 2 basics. Some turn. Only the lead knows what the turn is. And the last part is the lead is just leading guapea indefinitely. She doesn't know when the turn is coming. She doesn't know whether it's with or without the hand. And it's just up for the lead to lead, follow to follow. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And so it's a good practice for the files to improvise styling, for the leads to make sure that they're leading clearly. And when we do the part where we're leading some number of guapeas, we have to make sure that the leads really ask for that tension, make it clear that we're going to be leading a turn. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. When I really want to lead a turn, 5, 6, 7. Want it to be real clear that I'm asking her to do something. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. If you happen to catch us when we were in Chicago, Miss Clara, Nieto, and myself will be headed back to the Midwest for 3 more workshops in February in South Bend, Indiana. All of the dates and information are in the description. So if we're going from guapea, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, there's really 2 varieties of turns that we can lead that will take the follow from our left in front of us and over to the right. We've got Enchufa and Vacila. We want to make sure that we can lead follow each one as intended without calling out Enchufa, Vacila. So the idea is that we can lead these socially and the follow can interpret what the lead wants. So let's take a look first at Vacila. So we got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll do Enchufa. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. So right there, I was saying Enchufa, Vacila. So who's to say that she just doesn't know what those are and is just doing them? We're going to do a little drill that if that's the case, hopefully by the time that this is over, we'll be in good shape where I won't need to say the names of the turns and I'll be able to lead them. So when we have Vacila, we're going to take a look at what is Vacila, what is Enchufa. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Both of the turns, like I said, are going to take the file through these 3 positions here. Vacila is going to be a turn that travels and brings her over to my right side. The rotation is going to be over her right shoulder. So she goes forward, rotate over the right shoulder, and then walkity, 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 and she winds up over here. So Enchufa isn't just the opposite. It's not a traveling twirl just over the other shoulder. It's more of a walk with a pivot over the left shoulder. So Vacila is rotating to the right, and Enchufa has a rotation to the left, but it's more of a pivot. So when we did Vacila, it was 1 and then turn, turn, and then walk out, 5, 6, 7. Enchufa starts with a walk. So it's walk, walk, and then a pivot at the end towards her left shoulder. They need to feel different, so the leads need to lead them accordingly. So we'll stop right before either turn. So we go 1, 2, 3, vacilala, and. There's some slight differences for how the leads would set up each turn. When I'm setting up Vacila, I'm a bit more flat. And so I've got her arm pointed in front of me, and I'm being more of like a canvas, I would say, for her. I'm being a little bit more flat with my chest. And when I set up Enchufa, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, I could set it up this way and lead it in that same manner. But most times, I would say when I'm setting it up, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, I'm facing her a little bit more. Depending on the way you're trying to lead it, you can definitely set it up differently. But when I'm leading Enchufa, I would say that my chest is a little less flat, and it kind of creates this little rotation out to the side. And so it's just like a little subtlety in the setup that can be a sign for the follows. But I'm bringing her forward to walk and pivot, and then over here. So that's kind of a subtle one at first, but more broadly, when the leads are leading Vacila, you have to keep in mind that you're bringing her in front of you and then stirring on 2, 3, and then bring the arm down for 5, 6, 7. When you are leading Enchufa, you got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You're bringing her to walk and then pivot 3-ish, 4-ish. So the first part, you want to keep her walking against you as much as possible. So where Vacila has that rotation 2, 3, not for Enchufa. 1, 2, 3, arm up and down, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, and then 7. So the first part of the practice would be, all right, let's practice the Enchufa. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We could do that a couple times and say, okay, let's practice the vacilala. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. But we're still in a space of everybody knows what's happening and when it's supposed to happen. So the next thing that we could do is we could say, all right, we're going to go from guapea, we're going to do 2. And then I'm going to lead Enchufa or Vacila. So we'd go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. So you do that a few times and do this or that. It's like my favorite thing to do for a drill for casino, and just 2 basics, and then this or that. So you lead a turn, Enchufa or Vacila. And if you find that you're having success there, you could move on to the third, which is I'm leading, I'm just gonna go from guapea, and I'm gonna lead some turn at some point, but the file doesn't know when the turn is gonna happen. So we're just going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, counting, no names. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. So I hope those drills were helpful. Those are some of the biggies when it comes to points of confusion in leading and following casino, but you can really do those drills with any turn that's giving you trouble. If you want to check out more from the course, this playlist right here will give you a good preview, and this playlist is the course itself, and for a limited time is available by joining the channel. All the links, info for everything mentioned is in the description. Thank you for another great year, and if I don't talk to you, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.